Oh, blessings. Blessings. And I think we are live on Facebook. Hello, howdy, everybody. I'm just tuning in. Dasha and Anthony today. So excited to be here with y'all.
Me too.
Tell them where we're at while I'm sharing. Tell them where we both are. What are we about to talk about?
Oh, my location? I'm in Pittsburgh.
Where is your woman?
You're on the beach.
Yeah.
If they can't tell.
Literally. Well, tell them a little bit about what we're about to talk about while I'm sharing this.
A little bit what we're going to be talking about today is understanding where you're at in your business journey and how to scale it and what's going to be the best avenue for you to make bigger moves. So it should be an interesting topic. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to bring up here.
How do I, copy link? Is that what I do? I just copy link and then I go. All right. So tell everybody what inspired this conversation.
I mean, what inspired this conversation has been things that have been happening behind the scenes for, I would say like the past 6 months has been a long built up journey to really get to all this information and why it's valuable and useful and how to implement it. And there's a lot of avenues to it, but this has been in the making for a long time. I mean, we could say years really, but I would say really hard learning and understanding and valuing this information within the past like 6 months.
All right. So welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in globally. If you're watching us live or watching the recording, say what up. Let us know where you're watching from. Today we're going to talk about manifesting, impacting millions and making millions. And why right now is the best time to really be of service and create that high level impact and create that urgency around creating that impact, because this is the greatest time in human history for the awakening of humanity. So, and when you provide a lot of value, the more value you provide, the more you are going to have that energetic exchange that's going to be like, okay, here is the money for the value that you put in. The bigger the offers, the bigger the transformation that you provide for people in this information age, the more you get paid, because money has a need for speed. And the faster you can help people transform their lives and really manifest those visions, the sooner you will become a millionaire yourself, because you create that big impact. Right, baby?
Exactly. That was well said.
Yes. So actually, last night, Anthony and I were on the phone for over 3 hours. And this is why we felt inspired to go and talk about this today, because people in the ages of what did you say, 45 to 55 are
yeah, I would say between like 40 and 55 in that area.
Yeah, a lot have a plan, like they want to become a millionaire, right? They want to create that abundance. And a lot of them are working so slowly toward it without an actual path and a game plan to be able to transmute reality, collapse timelines. So for a lot of people, it will take 20, 30 years if they get there, if they keep going at the rate they're going, unless they collapse timelines and create systems and things to be able to scale faster in a shorter amount of time.
Exactly. That's why it's important to ask people where they're at in their business and how fast do they want to get to where they're going. Like, do you have 20 years to wait to become a millionaire if your goal is to become a millionaire, or do you need to do it like soon, like within a year or 2 years, 3 years? Like, so understanding where they're at is then you have to have a system in place that can make that happen.
Yes. And this is what Anthony and I have been working on. And the reason why we know what we're talking about is because we understand how systems work, how online works, how to build these relationships and have these strangers become customers and come and give us money because we're changing their lives. So it's been like so awesome to be able to watch this happen globally. And You know, we're giving a shout out to old people that right now feel this urgency to do this now, because the most important part is what's life really about? It's about enjoying ourselves. It's about not working so hard. It's about creating that abundance so that way we have time to spend with our family, right? So that way we
It's
have
about freedom.
do stuff that we love.
Yeah. Everybody's goal is really, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all working towards financial freedom. Like, how do we get to a point where we can have something working for us while we're spending time with the family, while we're going on vacation? How can something be working for us and with us and then move fast?
Yes, yes.
And this is really inspired because the other night I was spending time with one of my good friends, Lenny, and he's in business and he's in his mid 40s, and like he's really focused and urgent right now to like make something happen and succeed. And a lot of his business right now is in person. Like, he helps people in person. He goes with them to the gym. He rents cars out. He personal trains people, and like all of everything he does is in person. And I had a real conversation with him, like, well, like, I know he wants to become a millionaire. I know he wants to do big, great things. I told him, if you stay in this realm, you're going to work for a long time in person to get to that point. You're going to have to do a lot of stuff. Like, it might not even be feasible because you're going to have to go so hard and figure out how you're going to do it. So I told him, if you want to shrink that drastically, you have to create an online presence, online real estate. Like, it's like people that want to get real estate in the real world. It's the same thing online. You have to build something online that's real estate online that can attract people and bring people through a system that can scale that up infinitely.
Amen. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the online education industry is at the highest high right now. It's at over $300 billion. Like, there is so much opportunity online to share your information in exchange for money. And what is money? Energy. And energy can never be created nor destroyed. It just changes form.
Yep.
When you realize that calling, your soul's truth, and sometimes we can't see that from inside of ourselves because we're so caught up in our own story. And this is why working with a coach, mentor is so amazing, because they can see you from the outside. They can see what you're really good at, that people would be willing to pay for good money for, because that's a huge value, that you may be thinking that this is something that you just do naturally and it's so easy. Who the F is going to pay for it?
Exactly.
Well, guess what? Like, people pay for you to dance with them. People pay for such little things. So for like transformation, for some people, it is movement. Like, it's there's so much out there, and you may have the right energy frequency for somebody to transform their life in whatever way, shape, or form that right now you may not think is a big deal.
Exactly. And we can all help people in person. It's what most of us have been doing our whole lives. We in person help people in person, one by one. And like, it is good to do that. Like, you can build momentum with that, but at a certain point, you have to really look at your goals and be like, oh my goodness, like this, if I keep doing this and I want to reach my goal of become a millionaire or make millions, so I can do more in life.
Yeah.
You have to have a system that can make that happen. And that only system that is working today is going online, helping people online.
Yes. And we cracked the code, and we've already helped a bunch of people 10x their businesses by recognizing how to guide the customer on a journey of trust and paying for products that are complementary to each other. So you're offering things that go hand in hand that people may not even be aware that they need until you present it to them. Which is like the coolest thing. Like, I used to think that funnels were so out of the realm of like, what is that? And now, like, understanding that it's like Okay, like if you're going into a store to buy a barbecue and somebody is helping you, you may need something to grill on the barbecue. You may need the propane. You may need smoked wood, whatever it is that you may need the tools. Like if somebody offers you all these things to go together with the barbecue, you may not even know what they are. But if the sales rep is offering you one by one, you will buy all the things that are complementary that you need.
Exactly.
So it's like so interesting. Like funnels used to be such a big deal until like now it's like being at the highest level of service is offering people the things that they need that complement each other, so that people on the other side, because these are real humans, transform their lives as a result of you telling them, okay, what you need in order to really transform your life is A and B and C and D. You got all of those, you're going to be successful.
Exactly. And one of the biggest things I tell people is you have to look at your life and where you're at and see where your urgency is at. Like if your big thing is you need to lose weight and your health is suffering and you're dealing with health issues, then that's an urgent issue that you need to get on now and get someone that can help you reverse issues and heal yourself and fix yourself, so then you can go focus on something else. If your issue is you have kids and a family and business is slow and you need to get something booming to supply for your family, then it's urgent for you to find somebody that can get you to where you want to go and shortcut the time. Like we have faith that everybody can and will figure this out on their own eventually. But it can take you a long time to do that. If you work with someone that already did all the work, knows what needs to happen, and can shortcut you to your destination, that's the way to go. We all want the shortcut route. Like we don't wait in traffic. We don't sit around and wait for slow moving things to get us to our destination. Like if you have urgency in your life to get a certain thing done, just jump on it now. Like now is the best time to figure out a plan, get someone in your corner and go the distance. Because our lives depend on it. Like, you know, I was in a point in my life where I remember urgent situations that forced me to transform my entire life fast. Like I couldn't sit around and wait anymore. I couldn't wait on the doctor. I couldn't wait on somebody giving me an answer. Like I had the full throttle, like change my lifestyle, change everything to figure out what was happening. So those are the kind of discipline areas in your life that you have to be willing to aggressively tackle and change. And change is hard because we get stuck in a comfort zone. So to break out of that comfort zone, say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change. I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to go fast with somebody that can help me do this. Like we all need someone that could help us. Me and Dasha, we needed people to help us get to where we're at. And that's how you get shortcuts in life, is through people that did the work and know how to do it fast. So we're here today because we have systems that in place that can get you online fast and scaling. So if you're stuck on an in-person thing and you're in business and you're confused about the online game, you're confused about online marketing, this is something where you gotta figure out how you can tackle that realm and move on it. And we have the system in place to move on it.
Mm-hmm. And to add to that, like I just want to take all our viewers right now. Thank you for being here. Let us know where you're at, where you're from, if you got any questions. Like some people choose to like dwell on where they're at and try to understand this awakening experience, and they get caught up in this. I want to be more spiritual, more awake. I want to be good enough in order to go out there and do things. I need more certificates. I need more wisdom. I need more knowledge. And the truth is, where you're at right now, everybody who's listening right now, you've been magnetized energetically to be a vibrational match to this. Where you're at right now is perfect. Yes, there is more, and it's a never-ending road. But right now, there are people that need what you have. the keys, the things that you have discovered that may come to you as easy are somebody's dream. So it's like focusing on a business is just a calling amplified. It's just you providing value for helping somebody else live a better life. Whether it is in a physical product or an information or service, it's all about helping somebody else live better.
Yep.
So it's like there is no separation. And the more value you bring to somebody, the more you deserve to get paid. Because money's energy, and energy just transforms form. It's, you know what I mean? Like, without a game plan, without changing that relationship to what business is and changing the relationship with money, and a game plan, a financial game plan and goal that you want to hit, you don't have a target to march toward. There's no clear vision. You don't input the coordinates into the navigation system. And then people get caught up in saying, like, I want abundance. Okay, what does that mean? Oh, I want my dream relationship. Okay, so you think that once you have your relationship, then you're going to be happy? It all happens from the inside, and it starts with us. Like the relationships, all the physical stuff, the money is all a manifestation of the type of person that we become on the inside. Right, babies? So it's like we transform on the inside, and then we see what happens on the inside projected out externally in circumstances, in events, in businesses, in money, in books, in whatever type of relationship, whatever type of creations that you're dreaming of. Because we don't attract what we want into our life. We attract who we are.
Well said.
So once we create that vision together, then we have a bullseye. Like, why do people, when they play darts, babe, like, why do you aim into the center? You got a destination. It's like bullseye. Yeah.
My honest best advice for people that I could ever give, like I tell my friends this, I tell people this all the time. I'm saying the two most important things that you need to focus on in your life to excel and exceed is you have to focus on your health and your well-being, and then focus on the areas of your life where you add value to other people. Because the more that you're in well spirits and you're healthy and you're vibrant and you're happy, you're going to excel exceedingly in your career and in your job and in your work. So some people are stuck in a thing where they're work, and their health is deteriorating, and their health ends up affecting their work. Even if they succeed and make millions, now they have to backtrack and be like, oh my goodness, I got to fix my health now. Like I have all these problems, and you could be in your 40s and 50s and you feel like time's running out on you. So I always tell people, focus on your health and then focus on where you add value with people. And the beautiful thing about me and Dasha is we're literally a one-stop shop for that combination of living. How to get your health in order, teaching you how to detox your body, how to live a healthy lifestyle, how to become vibrant and high frequency beings so you can attract all the beautiful things you want. You can't attract beautiful things if you're not living a beautiful, well-balanced life. So that all plays a role into your business. So we help people literally fix their lifestyle, teach them how to detox, teach them how to clean their bodies. And then we can teach you how to boom and scale your business online. And we have a beautiful offer for people that are really serious to come in person on the beach in Fort Lauderdale with me and Dasha. We create high quality content for you, videos, pictures, for you to show up online and get your online real estate solidified. And then a systematic approach to booming your business. It's a one-stop shop. You get health, wellness, high quality content, online presence, a system to go, advertising to your target market audience, getting in front of the people that need you. It's a whole system that we can create, that we have created to literally help someone 360. It's one of the most beautiful offers that I've ever heard of, that I've ever. I wish I had something like this to jump into at an earlier stage in my life and jump on it. When I didn't have the urgency to succeed in business and do and chase financial freedom and do all that, when I didn't have those urges, I wish I would have known about an offer that was like this. Could have helped my health, could have helped my financial situation, my online presence, my overall me in life. And life is switching to online life. So it's more important than ever now to make that switch to, okay, you can keep helping people in person, but you got to have a plan to get online. You have to have a plan to create high quality content. You have to have that plan. And we have a one-stop shop studio where we create the content, the audio, all high quality, thousands of dollars in equipment.
And
we
we're
work
fine.
with you one-on-one.
Yes.
It's the most beautiful offer. Like, I wish I wish I had an offer like that to take advantage of and stages in my life where I could be like, oh my goodness, like, this is great. I would make that investment. I will spend 10 to 20 grand and go to that with beautiful people, with a beautiful system and hard work ethic and real understanding of how it all works to get online and scale. If you want results fast in your business, you gotta understand that.
Beautifully said, baby. Beautifully said. And I just want to emphasize on what going online really means. So inside of us, we all got a story and a message to share. There are tools that we've discovered that transformed our life. And what's happening when we take it online is just like sharing our message, our story with many more people. So it's the same thing as doing it one-to-one, except now you're going to sleep and people on the other side of the globe are getting access to your transformational story, to the tools that you find so that they too can implement them and transform their lives. Going online is nothing more than just your story, your message to the world, amplified so it can reach more people and help them transform their lives. That's it.
Exactly.
And yes, I've spent many hours figuring out the system, and now it comes in a beautiful boa for all of you who are ready and have that urgency to really create that impacting millions and making millions. So for those that have that urgency, I welcome you to ask yourself, what's stopping you right now from going after what you truly want? Do you really think time is guaranteed? I ask you all to, instead of analyze where you're at, to ask yourself better questions. Like, wouldn't it be nice if I made $100,000 this month in my soul aligned business with my truth, delivering my story to the world and getting paid for it, transforming energy, getting paid for it? Wouldn't it be nice if I went to sleep and I woke up in the morning and I've got messages and emails and comments from people around the world who said, oh my God, because you did that, because you were selling me, you were being of service, my life just changed while you were sleeping. And here is the money. Like, you wake up and your bank account has grown. You're getting messages from people whose lives have changed. Now, I don't know what could be better than that. Like, I've done so many different businesses, and until I learned to be my own boss and really provide value to people, I was always finding escapes through drugs and alcohol. And even though I made it in the corporate world at age 26, $120,000, I still kept feeling like I was that little girl who was being abused, who was getting dragged to the bathroom, who peed herself out of fear. No matter how successful I got in the outer world, I still felt like I wasn't good enough. So I went through the achievement phase. I got everything I wanted, and it's still, there was something inside of me that felt like I wasn't fulfilled until I took this path and wrote the books and transformed my life and healed myself from the inside out, filled my cup of love. And now what we're giving is, Anthony's done the same, by the way. Anthony also 10 years totally transformed his entire life, starting with transformation of his health into becoming a vegan. We've done the work and we filled up our cup of love. And you can feel that it's a resonance, and it's a level of peace and stillness where we create from, where it's like everything that we do is in complete soul alignment with ethics. It's raw, it's playful, it's a real, it's genuine. So I welcome you to come play with us. Whether you are on Zoom or you want to come with us and play on the beach while we create these beautiful offerings, while we really unleash what wants to be unleashed from inside of you and create that game plan, that path for you to impact so many beautiful people who are currently waiting for you, your message, your story, your truth. So you can attract a partner like Anthony. So you can attract millions. So you can have better friends. So your relationships can change. Everything changes when you create a path for yourself that is your biggest vision. And when you let go of all the challenges that are holding you back from really being the best version of yourself.
Well said.
Chicka, chicka, wow, wow. Bow, 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 bow.
I mean, that's inspiring. It's motivating. We all need motivation and inspiration. Like, there's days where we all feel down or something in life is weighing on us, and you hear something or see something that just lights you up and says, you know what, you can do this now. Like, you don't have to wait. It's not a hidden secret. It's not something that's out of your realm. Like, we have the information's here. You can change your life in any way you want. It just depends on your level of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and you said something cool yesterday too. You said, if I'm getting this right, you got to meet people where they're at.
mm-hmm.
Like I know for myself that I've been on a spiritual woo-woo journey for so long that I lost touch of how to communicate with people and going to help them where they're at. Because yes, we may say, let's go hit a business goal, right, babe? How do you explain that? Go ahead. Explain what you said to me yesterday. Do you remember?
About helping people personally, or then, in business world?
Meeting them where they're at.
Yeah, so one of the big things I've noticed is that how people react to things in their life. Most people do this. You get bombarded with personal problems, whether it's a relationship, family issues, just things happen in your personal life. And most people run and escape from those issues to work. People will put that energy to work. Like, oh, I'm not going to deal with all these problems. I'm just going to go to work and work really hard. And just put those personal issues to the side. So, and sometimes people aren't vulnerable to crack personally. Like, we can know somebody personally needs help, like fulfillment. They're miserable. They're not finding happiness. They're not finding passion, like they're not lit up, but they're working like crazy. So they're becoming successful, their business is doing good, but personally, they're lacking. They're failing personally. So they put all that energy to work by working to try to block it. So sometimes when you're communicating with people, you have to see where they're at. If you can't crack them personally, because a lot of people are stubborn and have big walls put up. I was someone that had walls put up before on certain things. And it takes a while to crack those walls down. So if you feel like you can't help someone personally, go the other avenue, help them in their business, gain their trust and respect through business. And then you can, through that avenue, you could double back and help them personally, because you can get them where they're at and what they're doing. And some people are real spiritual and living a great, happy life, but they're not succeeding financially. So if you personally want to help someone, okay, if someone is personally in high spirits and doing good, but they're in business wise and their online presence wise and how they're moving on their financial goals isn't where they're at, then that's the avenue that they need help. So you have to recognize that in people. Like if wherever they're at, you have to meet them where they're at. If they're more focused on their business, get in on that. And then you can help them personally. If they're good personally, help them on their business.
And that was a huge aha moment where Anthony last night was like, Dasha, like, because there were certain clients that I had that I really wanted to shift their life. And what they told me, they started telling me personal stuff, but I could see like they're millionaires, right? So they're really good at making money. And I was trying to help them on their personal front, and they were being resistant. And last night when Anthony goes, meet people where they're at, like, Dasha, like, you are a savvy businesswoman. You can help somebody 10x their business plus. Like you've done miracles for people. Like you've made millionaires. Like you are both. Like you're both in spiritual and also business, and you're equally round in both worlds, equally good. So it's like, if people are resistant to change in the personal front, then go to them with the business front. Help them 10x, because the hero is always going on two journeys. So if the hero wants the beginning, the dangling carrot in the beginning to be something that they feel that that's what they desire right now. Like for example, people that are broke right now are desiring money, right? Okay, give them the carrot of money. Help them create a vision toward a monetary goal. Because on the path toward the monetary goal, the hero is also going on a second journey, which is the transformation, which is the releasing on the not good enough syndrome, the helpless, the not lovable. Like, so create the offer for people that they need, that they can resonate with, because underneath it all, they will walk the transformation path. Because the hero is going on two journeys. So you don't have to focus on the transformation path. The transformation will happen as a result of you walking towards something, a bigger goal in this moment. So I know, like, some of my old spiritual friends, I watch them, they go, people are struggling with this awakening journey, la, la, la. It's because they haven't created a vision. They're trying to analyze their awakening journey, so they're caught up in a loop. They haven't created a vision that's bigger than themselves to march toward, because awakening will always be happening. Manifesting, it's a journey, it's a being. It's not a destination. So it's like, it's not about analyzing what you're experiencing. It's about creating that bigger than life vision that provides more value than anybody else can, and then marching toward it, knowing that the transformation is happening, because the hero is going on two journeys at the same time, the physical and the metaphysical. So I love that you said that.
Internal, external.
Yes, at the same time, every single second. So if you start focusing too much on the internal, now your external starts to suffer. So you got to learn to balance. And this took me a while to understand, to balance how to continue to grow and at the same time provide value to people with the skills that I already have mastered, because I've done at least 10,000 hours in them. Because I know, like, myself included, that like The journey to growth is so exciting that sometimes we forget that we got to pull our brothers and sisters up as well. So we got to keep growing as we're pulling others up. That's where the equilibrium is. And it's never ending.
Yeah.
you know.
And if this is resonating with anyone, if you guys are watching and you're saying like, wow, like this is me, like this is stuff that I love to talk about. This is stuff that I want to tackle, like, and you have urgency in your life to tackle your health, tackle your business, tackle your personal life and your fulfillment and happiness with yourself. Like these are all areas that we can literally, if you want more information on, you can schedule a free coaching call with us. We can see where you're at now, where you want to go, and talk about a plan. It's really that simple to take a first action step.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's no such thing as a vision that's too big or too small. Remember, because this is personal for each of us. Like, there's something that we truly desire that is sitting at us and like eating at us, right? Like, because it constantly tells us go this way, but we got all this fear holding us back from like starting the solo line business or taking that jump and going to live in an RV or whatever it is that's inside of you that's like yearning to be unleashed. That's where you're at, and that's good for you, and that's where we're here to help you, and maybe be one of the only people that ever believed in you. Because this is what ultimately people need, is somebody to truly believe in them, see them in their light, not to give them advice, but ask them the right questions to help them arrive at their own decisions and transform in the process as they arrive with their own genius decisions.
Yep.
So
if this resonates with you, reach out, schedule a call, talk to us, get more information, see what it's all about, see what it entails. Like, it's life-changing offers that literally is game-changing offers for people's lives. Whatever you need help with in your life.
We are here. Yeah, recently we got a win. A client from 6 months ago just got a $2 million investment, which was so incredible. She started her own business instead of continuing in corporate and went from zero to hero within six months. And now she's got a production company working with Tom and Jerry. So it's really, really cool, the kind of things that can happen if you really feel the call right now and it's in resonance in your entire body is a fuck yeah. Then I welcome you to go to www.7fmanifesting.com/call. Again, 7fmanifesting.com/call, and book a call with us so we can analyze, see where you're at, see what really wants to be unleashed, and see how we can best help you overcome the challenges and create the incredible game plan for you to achieve your biggest vision and truly live with your heart out in the open, broadcasting your light.
Yep.
Now's
the time.
There's
time is ticking.
No better time. Time is ticking. Yes.
Time is ticking. The more we wait, the more suffering. The longer I've ever waited on something, the more suffering that I had to go through. Like, the cost of inaction is greater than the cost of investment.
The cost of inaction is greater. Repeat that again.
The cost of inaction is greater than the cost of investment.
Woo! Who found that useful? Yeah. Woo! Thumbs up.
That's something I resonate with. Every time I've waited or postponed something important, it wasn't good. The cost of inaction I paid for with time and discomfort, and it's not the way to go. Like, and I encourage people to act fast on things that they find urgent in their life. Like, look at your life, see where your urgency needs to go, and do it. Yeah. Like, if you're one of the lucky souls on this planet to see this live and to hear all this beautiful, powerful information that is changing lives. Like real people's lives change for the better and long-term quality of life, just overall everything. Like this is the area for you to tap into and tackle an issue that you're having in your life. It's that simple. Like we have free calls to talk about it initially, set up a plan for you and see where you want to go.
Yes. And you know, my brothers and sisters who are super spiritual, I know I was there, and there's a lot of shame that comes around making money and making big money. So we are going to throw that away. The scarcity mentality, those stories that keep us awake at night, these not good enough shit, okay? We're going to cross over to create balance in this universe. And those that are in business and high level of achievement, you're rigid, you're disciplined, yes, and maybe some areas of your life, like your spirituality, like your fulfillment, has suffered as a result of being so disciplined, so rigid, so strict with yourself that you forgot to play, to unleash yourself, to get wild, to just be like a little kid again. So this is what we're here to do, is to help you create that balance, is to pull you into the money world, to make love to money, so you can create a bigger impact and make millions in the process. And we're here to pull you into your playful inner child if you have gotten yourself caught up in achievement and forgot to be fulfilled. You know?
Another good quote I heard that resonated with what you said about money and spirituality. And it said, just because you are okay with wait, how did it go? Hold on. It said, just because you don't need a lot doesn't mean you deserve the bare minimum. Because I'm someone in my life where like I'm minimalistic. I don't need much to make me happy. I'm already extremely happy. Like I don't need much. But that doesn't mean I deserve the bare minimum, because I want to be able to help animals, people, the world, big impacts. And that's going to take a lot of money. I want all of the money so I can put it all into those impacts and make huge impacts that will leave a legacy. I'm a small, simple-minded person in life. But when it comes to impacting millions, and creating change that is better for the environment, the world, people, and you have passion to go out here and change the world, that's how you do it. You can live a little life and be happy, but you can also make huge change. So don't get caught into that zone where like, I don't need much, so I'm going to just do the bare minimum and just get by, because that's doing your passions and your impacts a disservice.
I love that. Anybody else find it useful? Yeah. Woo! That was hot.
And that's something I found extremely useful, because in my nature, I'm a hermit. I like to be by myself. I like to find myself. I like alone time. I like to get away from the world. And I was in a point in my life where like I stayed away from everything. Like I literally was just doing my thing. I stayed away from everything. I was just helping the animals. And then I realized it clicked to me. This exact thing clicked to me. I was like, you know what? I want to make huge impact. Like I want to help millions of animals and I want to help people. So it's like, I got to get myself out there.
Yes.
I got to make that step outside of my little comfort zone that I locked myself into, because I was like, I'm cool. I don't need much. Like my life is good. I'm happy. And then I realized like, oh my goodness, like there's such a greater mission of impact and lives that I could transform because of things I'm involved with, that I'm like, no, I can't let this go to waste. I can't let this go to waste. I can change people's lives. I can change animals' lives. I could change parts of the world. If you help one person, 2 people, 3 people, you're doing great. You're changing the world.
Yeah.
I have a funny story to tell. I was at a party one time, party, food, dancing, nobody talking about serious issues, all fun based. I'm at this party, everything at the party, I can't eat. I made a decision. I'm not eating nothing at this party. I'm drinking a water and looking for fruit. And this one guy, he really liked me. We had conversations. He liked the way I carried myself. He liked the way I talked. He liked my vibe, my energy. And he asked me, he said, how come you're not eating anything? Like, how come you're not indulging in what everyone else is indulging in? And I told him, I'm like, this is the first time I ever met this guy. I told him, I said, I'm vegan for the animals, for the environment, for myself, my health. Like, and I stand by it. And like, everything here means nothing to me. Like, if I morally don't think it's good for my health, the environment, and it's abusing animals and doing things in that way, I said, I'll stay away from it. And he was like, really intrigued by that. He wasn't even expecting me to bring up something like that at a party, music, dancing, and all of a sudden we're having this real conversation that he tuned into for a second. And this is the first time I ever met this guy. We had this conversation. He was there with his girlfriend, ended the conversation, got back to the party. Months and months later, I never knew this guy. I'd never talked. We didn't exchange numbers. We didn't go any deeper than that conversation. Months later, the girl who threw that party reached out to me and was like, hey, you remember that guy, Eric, you were talking to at the party? And I'm like, yeah, I remember him. And she's like, he completely 180'd his life. He broke up with his girlfriend. He started rescuing animals. He went vegan. He made drastic changes to his life over a little conversation I had with him at a party where conversations like that don't happen. This is how inspired people need to be when they hear information that resonates with them. That's the power of knowledge. People always like, how is knowledge powerful? If I know something, how does that make it powerful? It makes it powerful when you apply it. Knowledge needs applied. You can't know something and hear something that you're like, that's great information, and then go about your day and never implement that information. That's stupidity. So in that little situation, she reached out to me and told me stuff about him, and it like blew me away. Like, it re-sparked something in my heart that I was like, holy smokes. Like, he started taking his life so serious in those aspects that his girlfriend at the time, I think she was his fiance. Like, they were about to go start a life together. And he broke it off with her because she didn't have those morals. He wanted to align his life with people that had those morals, like me when he met me, and it resonated so hard with him. He started changing his life, and his girl thought he was going crazy, like wanting to help the animals and not eat meat and rescue an animal and put it in the backyard and save it from being slaughtered. Like, he took it the distance, and his girlfriend was like, you're crazy. Like, you went off the deep end. And he said, yep, well, I don't need you in my life anymore. So sometimes when you align your actions with your morals, people you don't need in your life will fall away from you. We don't need, and I have a similar story where I changed my life and people had to fall out of my life because morally we weren't on the same page. I still love them and care about them, but I don't spend any time there. I don't hang around. I like to hang around with like-minded people that share morals and share the things that I'm passionate about. So I don't care if you think someone is the love of your life. What if they don't share your deepest morals and loves that you actually care about? And they're not willing to change. You have to find the courage in yourself now to release things that aren't serving you.
Woo! Drop that, drop that.
So it's just a powerful story of saying a few minute conversation to someone I never met, leave the scene months later, like their life completely changed, all because of this conversation I had with him. And he liked me so much as a person that by the end of the little conversation we had at the party, he was like, man, in his head, he was probably like, I'm going to make the change. Never told me, never even said in the conversation, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to be like you and do better and live like this. Never said a word. He just went out and did what he had to do and changed his entire life. So that's what everybody here today is able to do. If information resonates with you, act on it, make a move and change your life. And months later, you'll be sharing a story with someone like, man, I heard some great information. I followed through on it. And now months later, my whole life changed. Like, how great does that sound? It's happened for me. It's happened for Dasha. It's happened for everyone that we've worked with and touched in our lives. Even people that haven't actually paid me to work with them, just by me sharing information with them, giving them free game because I care about them, change their life. So that's motivation for me to not say, I don't need much in life. I'm going to sit here and do the bare minimum because I'm happy and I'm cool. When I realized that saying a few words to somebody and actually having my emotion attached to it and my energy attached to it can change someone's life, I don't know. That hit me in a way that when it happens to you like that, it's going to hit you in a way where you realize a bigger calling. And nothing is more powerful than that as a wake-up call for an individual person to realize, I'm going after it. Like, I'm going to get out of this little comfort zone that I've been living in, and I'm going to go help people because my energy and my vibe and my words actually matter.
Amen. Wow. Woo! Was that hot or what? Can I get wow. Now you see why I absolutely love this man. And the
So
truth
find
is,
your passion, like tap into your passion by those stories. Stories are where the passion lies. Everyone has a little story they can tell that somebody's going to hear and want to be like, wow, like that's passion. Like that's care and love and realness. Like we're humans. We have emotions, we have feelings, we know what feels right at the end of the day. So anytime you're in a situation where you hear something like this and you hear things that resonate with you and you understand it, make sure that you implement it and act on it and follow through and then see where that takes you.
yes. Oh, everybody give a hand to Anthony. What a hero. What a hero.
That's my game for people today. I mean, and this is game that like I would charge people a lot of money for to even take this time out of my day and spew information and energy like that to try to transform people. Like I want to take the time out to just literally say, like, I do care. Like I have love in my heart. I care about people. I care about animals. I want to help people succeed. I have a lot of value to add to people's lives. Dasha has extreme amounts of value to add to people's lives. So when you hear calls like this, if you're stuck personally in business, any aspect of your life, you can literally call us, figure out where you're at, and we'll get you to where you want to go.
Yes, and we got really cool assets, like a manifesting playbook that goes together with our coaching, the courses, our 7F manifesting. Oh, can you see that? Secrets book. The Girl Buddha book. Like we got all these physical assets as well as MP3s and everything that you need to set you up for success. And now is the time, my love.
Now's the time.
Now is the time to realize how truly amazing you are. That your energy is the most precious thing in the entire world. that you deserve to get paid what you're worth, because there's only one who. There's only one you. There isn't another one like you. There never was and there never will be. This is how precious you are, and that your energy is one of a kind. And it could save somebody, inspire them to act, inspire them to shift. And you can truly realize who you are and how strong you are and how amazing you are and how loved you are, and that your gifts and skills and passions and story, that's what changes the world. When you start seeing that in yourself, then other people will start seeing it in you too. And they'll come to you and they will give the resources that you need, the money that you need, for you to just bless them with that part of yourself, that delicious vibration, that energy, that story, that transformation, because it will ignite the fire inside of them. And it's powerful. You know, changing lives is powerful, because we stay connected always for the rest of our lives with people whose lives we changed, whether we communicate with them or not. Energetically, we're part of the same tribe and we know we got each other.
Yep.
And that is love. And for those of you that don't know, before we wrap it up, I just want to tell you guys that Anthony is an incredible coach also. And he has a nonprofit. He was being really modest when he was telling stories, but he also has a nonprofit and for the animals, and I have a nonprofit, so that's how we met. And if you guys want to check it out, it's at thelovefoundations.org. But having that bigger vision, creating that bigger plan, realizing that if you have hands and eyes and you're conscious that you can create more for all the other brothers and sisters out there that need what you have. If you can, then let's do it. That's it.
Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Whatever.
That's a $1 billion slogan. Like it's so true. Like just do it. Like don't think about the emotion attached to doing something. Like just know you need to do it and do it.
Yep. It's like learning how to trust your inner wisdom, right? Because that's ultimately what we have, is our bodies always communicating. And human design is a good reading to understand the body, that the body's always communicating. We just got to learn to trust it and let our mind be a passenger in this movie, because if we were the mind, we wouldn't be able to observe it. So when you become aware of the fact that you can be aware of your mind, that's how you become master at manifesting, impacting, creating. So I want to thank you all for watching this, and thank you all for being here. And we're actually going to start doing lives every Thursday, same time, inside of our Facebook group. And maybe YouTube, we'll see, but it's just going to be consistent. So it's going to be every Thursday at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST. So let us know what you want us to talk about. Join our private or one-on-one coaching. Schedule those consultations on 7fmanifesting.com/call. And if you can't afford our privates, we also have courses and stuff. And just because you're listening to this right now, let me know you heard this to the end, and here's your password, love, and I'll hook you up with whatever it is you're ready to commit to. Because we want to.
And if you just want to jump in too and take action, like schedule a call, get us on the phone, and we can talk to you personally. Like you don't have to wait until next week's video to wait for like a tidbit of information to like hit you. Like if you're resonating and like you're on fire and like you have this desire to like tackle whatever it is that you're burning to tackle, like make the call, like get us on the phone, tell us about what it is that you want to manifest, and let's do it.
Create that beautiful dream life in this beautiful awakening story, shall we?
Yeah.
There are no limits. We're limitless and we're playful and we're serious and we're disciplined. We're all the above. We can be it all and do it all, one thing at a time. We love you all. Check us out. Go to 7fmanifesting.com/call. So 7F, letter F, manifesting.com/call, CALL, and schedule a call. Do it now. Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Now.
We'll see you on the other side.
See you next week or later today on the phone call. We love you. Mwah.
See you, everybody.